Christmas is a time of great fun. All year long, everybody looks forward to Christmas. It's a time to relax and unwind. A time to gather with friends and receive gifts. All over the world, school children, just like you, take a break from the hustle and bustle of the busy school year. It's a time for children to have fun. Unfortunately, however, some children waste their time off. Worse yet, some even get into trouble. The purpose of this instructional video is to help you learn how you should spend your Christmas break so that Christmas can truly be the most wonderful time of year. How to open your gifts. Typically, we exchange gifts on Christmas. The purpose of this tradition is to remind us of the Magi, who gave gifts to the Christ child. It is only natural that we would much rather get gifts than give them. It's cheaper and more fun. As in anything, there's a right way to exchange gifts and a wrong way. Notice here how Rebecca opens her gift. First, she saves the bow and wrapping paper, so that both can be used again. Now, Rebecca doesn't like the gift Mom and Dad bought for her, but you would never know it. Though she's not grateful for the gift, she tries to look genuinely thankful, and ponders how in the world she is ever going to re-gift it. She hugs Mom and Dad with great delight and exclaims, "This is the best Christmas ever." Now let's look at little Kevin. First, as Rebecca opens her gift, little Kevin smirks, almost as if to say, "Good." Then he asks himself, "What about me? Where's my present?" Mom then nods to Dad, who, like any good husband, dutifully does what Mom asks. Dad then brings out little Kevin's gift. It's a brand new bicycle. At first, little Kevin is excited. So much so that he rubs it in Rebecca's face and says that this proves he's Mom and Dad's favorite. While Mom and Dad feel they failed as parents, they're afraid to say anything and thus upset little Kevin. Little Kevin's joy quickly turns to jealousy. He believes there's a chance that the other kids at school did better than him. Little Kevin's dad then says, "Well, son, don't you have something to say to your mother and I?" But before little Kevin commits himself to saying thank you, he says that he first wants to see what the other kids at school got for Christmas. Mom and Dad, Rebecca, and even little baby Scott can hardly believe just how selfish little Kevin is. When receiving gifts this Christmas, be like Rebecca, and not like little Kevin. The Christmas dinner. Christmas is more than just getting presents. For most families, there's Christmas dinner. Just as in the exchange of gifts, there's a proper way to share the meal. Looks delicious, Sadie. Let's start with the way the table is set. On the far left, we see the napkin, followed by the salad fork and the dinner fork. In the center of the setting, we have the service plate. The salad plate sits on top of the service plate. Never put the service plate on top of the salad plate. Continuing on, we have the dinner knife. This knife is used to cut food. Notice how the rounded edges face the dinner plate and is ready for action. While this may seem insignificant, it is actually an essential part of the dining experience. Next comes the teaspoon, followed by the soup spoon. Notice the cup and saucer on the far right. As a rule of thumb, the cup and saucer aren't placed on the table until the dessert course is served. At the top of the setting, on the far left, is the bread plate, with the bread knife on top. The knife is positioned at 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock to remind us of the importance of spending our time well. Just above the service plate is the cake fork. The fork prongs face east. Above the cake fork is the dessert spoon, facing west of course. Finally, the water glass and the wine glass to complete the setting. Even though you're underage, it is always proper to have a wine glass. Teenagers may fill the wine glass with pop or juice. As for the meal itself, we begin with grace. Grace expresses our gratitude and reminds us of those less fortunate. Notice how little Kevin is the first one to get started. He would be wise to let his mom and dad go before him. And he should slow down, too, so as to avoid indigestion. Rebecca and baby Scott, on the other hand, show good manners. They even pretend to enjoy the meal, even though mom isn't the world's best cook. Watch as dad tries to tell a witty story. It's unsuccessful and causes an awkward silence. Moving on. Little Kevin's eating style is rather, how shall we say, athletic. Baby Scott, on the other hand, swirls the food as if somehow this will make the food disappear. Rebecca tries to feed Bumblebee, the family dog, but even little Bumblebee won't eat it. So remember, at Christmas dinner, make sure the table is set properly. Say grace before eating, eat whatever is set before you, and don't eat athletically. Spending your vacation time properly. Christmas vacation can be a great adventure, but all this so-called free time can also be your greatest enemy. Too many children waste their time. Take Rebecca. Notice how she spends excessive amounts of time in the family kitchen, rummaging around for something to eat. First, in the cabinets, then in the cupboard. Now, back to the cabinets. Just look at that girl study the contents of the refrigerator. She's going to get a nasty sunburn from that refrigerator light. Now, back to the cabinet. No, Rebecca, that cabinet hasn't been stocked since you last checked it. Success! She finally found something she likes. Funny thing is, she just ate lunch 20 minutes ago. Rebecca wastes time in other ways too, especially by texting. Just look at that girl text. What in the world could be so important? Who on earth could she be texting? Maybe she's texting recipes to her mom's friends, or doing her homework via texting. Perhaps she's texting colleges to see if they've received her transcripts. Whatever she's doing, she's certainly giving it her all. Now let's check in on little Kevin. What's he been up to? How on earth is he spending his Christmas vacation? Sleeping it all away, it seems. What a pity. Far too many school children waste their time on Facebook, playing Xbox, or watching random videos on YouTube. Boys and girls, you must have a daily regimen during your Christmas vacation. Wake up should be no later than 6:30 a.m. You must eat a healthy breakfast. Plan on reading at least 2 books during Christmas vacation. Limit your time on Facebook to no more than 20 minutes per day. Eat only fruits and vegetables for snacks. And make a resolution that you'll only send and receive just 1 text each day. How you open your gifts, how you eat Christmas dinner, and how you spend your free time will go a long way in determining just how effective your Christmas vacation will be. Thanks for watching, have a Merry Christmas, and until next time, so long.